Are Flagellants any good? Yes, they're good, if you're using Volkmar. Their video done. Okay, not really. That was just the usual cynical answer. Let's take a look at the unit in isolation so we see where it can fit into everyone's lineup, not just Mr. Grim Mustache. Flagellants are recruited for only 600 gold, unit-wise, with 150 upkeep, but the whole issue is that they're unlocked with a Shrine of Sigmar, which is a nice building chain and all, but it's tier 3 and competing with other stuff if you're France or Gelt. For this, you get 120 entities with 8,760 health between them, and 0 armor. Leadership is 100 plus unbreakable. Speed is 36 default, melee attack starts at 32 on paper, and attack interval is 4.5, so a bit longer between their weapon strikes. Melee defense is 12. Martyrs for the cause, anyone? Weapon strength is 33, split between 25 base and 8 armor piercing. Now, that's not bad at all in either sense, but this is not an armor-piercing unit per se. Interestingly, charge bonus is 24, 6 more than greatswords. Mass is 100. Now, past this, the unit has Frenzy, which is an interesting pair with Unbreakable, so they never lose it. That means plus 10 melee attack, plus 10% to damage, and plus 10% to charge bonus. The second sounding a lot more impressive than the third somehow. In addition to this, the unit gets Strength of the Penitent, which procs when in melee but recharges with a delay of 3 seconds if the unit is losing. It lasts 15 seconds and in Warhammer 3 grants 12% physical resistance and plus 18 melee defense. In the Empire General Redline skills, Empire's Finest adds a max of plus 6 melee attack and plus 6 melee defense. I've said before this is simple and strong. Here, combined with Frenzy, you get melee attack 48 and melee defense 18 at rank 0, not including Strength of the Penitent procs. Now, granted, they're made of faith, flesh, and lots of glass, and nothing further, but that's quite a profile. Strength of Hardship gives rank 7 Flagellants plus 5 leadership, which is irrelevant, plus 5 melee defense, which is Sigmar's scent, and spell resistance 15% because Sigmar loves you. In the tech tree, Flagellants only get a tech if you're playing Cult of Sigmar, which adds 10% speed, 15% missile resistance, and slashes upkeep by 50%! So yeah, Volkmar is where it's at if you want Flagellant spam. Now, how do you use them more generally? Well, honest to Sigmar, I think you cannot dare use Flagellants without involving them in some sort of magical scheme, or at least having a warrior priest to kick their offense into hyperdrive. You have so many options, including melee reflection, but when it comes down to brass tacks and metal whips, it's an unbreakable unit that can be used in really heartless ways if you need to. A Comet of Cassandra wiping out most of a Flagellant unit, and 3 units of Orc Biggins is more than a fair trade for Sigmar's glory. At any rate, if you're not facing ranged fire, this unit will enter melee and shred until there's nothing left of it, or the foe, or maybe both. This gives it a huge advantage against fear-inducing undead units, and indeed is precisely because of that, it's a hard counter to quite a lot of those units. I wouldn't want to use them to break an enemy charge, except as a last resort, but I found them to be amazing as a reinforcing group, blocking off the enemy's path to your artillery. Yes, they are vulnerable to friendly fire, but they have the chance to buy you some precious breathing room that other units would fail at. If your greatswords are damaged and broken, but your stubborn Flagellants are still fighting, maybe the greatswords can rally and come back, but if everybody breaks, your army is finished. That's why you bring Flagellants. But you usually keep their numbers limited. In other words, they're meant to be a feature, not the main focus, unless you're playing as Volkmar. And that's okay. Sometimes they are the right tool for the right job. Often, they simply give the rest of your army a chance to do other jobs. Often, that is enough. Take care, and have fun bringing the pain to the enemies of Sigmar, not just yourselves, because ow, that hurts.